Have you ever wondered what could be stealing your memory or the memory of someone you love? Alzheimer's disease, often referred to as one of the cruelest afflictions of aging, silently affects millions of people over the age of 65, and the numbers are growing rapidly. 1 in 3 people over 85 suffers from Alzheimer's, and this number is predicted to double in the coming decades. But what if some of the habits we consider good could be making things worse? In this video, we'll dive into the latest research that reveals surprising links between common behaviors and Alzheimer's disease. We'll uncover the true causes behind this devastating condition, how certain habits like skipping breakfast or excessive cleaning could unknowingly increase your risk, and most importantly, what you can do to protect yourself. You'll also learn about early warning signs that many people miss, and the simple changes you can make today to prevent Alzheimer's from affecting you or your loved ones. From diet adjustments to exercise routines and brain-boosting activities, we'll give you the tools you need to fight back. Stay tuned until the end, because we've got powerful tips and actionable advice that could help preserve your cognitive health for years to come. Don't miss out on this vital information. Your future self will thank you. If you are not subscribed, I recommend subscribing and activating the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. First, what is depriving elderly people of their memory? Grandpa Lou, a vibrant 85-year-old man, was once full of life, wisdom, and stories from a lifetime well lived. But this year, his gradual decline into Alzheimer's disease began to cast a shadow over his once sharp mind. The change was subtle at first, a forgotten name here, a misplaced object there, but as time wore on, the small signs snowballed into something far more devastating. What started as innocent forgetfulness soon turned into a harsh reality. Grandpa Lou, who once prided himself on his independence, could no longer take care of himself. Just earlier this month, a seemingly ordinary day turned into an unimaginable nightmare. Grandpa Lou was in the yard, soaking up the warmth of the sun, a peaceful scene, one of tranquility and calm. His devoted wife, knowing that he enjoyed his moments in the sun, left him there and went inside to tend to housework. She thought nothing of it. But when she finished her chores, the sight of her husband in the yard was gone. Panic surged through her heart as she looked around, calling out for him. He wasn't anywhere. A sinking feeling washed over her as she realized that Grandpa Lou was missing. In sheer terror, she dialed the police and alerted their children, hoping that help would come quickly. Days turned into long, desperate hours as they searched high and low for him. They combed through every corner of the neighborhood, calling his name into the night, but Grandpa Lou was nowhere to be found. The hope that he would come walking back, as he had on previous occasions, began to fade. Fear took root, gripping their hearts with relentless force. Then, just when it seemed that the darkness would swallow them whole, Grandpa Lou miraculously returned home. He stumbled to the door, disheveled and dirty, looking as though he had wandered through a storm. His clothes were ragged, his body weak from hunger, his face drawn with exhaustion. He couldn't even begin to explain how he had made it back. How had he found his way? The mystery of it all was too much to bear. This wasn't the first time Grandpa Lou had gone missing, but it was the longest he had ever been lost. His wife, standing there, watching him return, silently vowed never to leave his side again. She could no longer bear the thought of him slipping away, not knowing where he was or how to bring him back. Grandpa Lou's story is not an isolated one. Too many elderly people suffer from the slow, heartbreaking erosion of their memories, their identities, and their very sense of self. Alzheimer's disease, a silent thief, takes its victims bit by bit until they no longer recognize their reflection in the mirror. For every Grandpa Lou, there are countless others who, despite their family's best efforts, are never found. The disease is a growing public health crisis, relentlessly threatening not only the elderly's ability to care for themselves, but also their very sense of who they are. So, what is it that steals their memories, their identities, and their dignity? Alzheimer's disease is insidious. It is caused by the accumulation of amyloid beta peptides in the brain, which, over time, form toxic plaques. These plaques disrupt the normal communication between brain cells, slowing down vital processes that are crucial to memory and reasoning. In addition, some individuals experience an abnormal buildup of tau proteins, which become tangled and cause further damage. This combination of amyloid plaques and neurofibrillary tangles sets the stage for the devastation of the brain's function, slowly but surely erasing memories and cognitive abilities. The result is a gradual, heartbreaking loss of independence, leaving loved ones unable to care for themselves and unable to recall the moments that once defined their lives. It is a cruel, relentless disease that strips away the very essence of who a person is, leaving behind an empty shell, trapped in a body that no longer remembers the past, nor can it envision the future. For those who care for them, the pain is just as real. The helplessness, the sorrow of watching someone you love fade away piece by piece. This is the silent agony that so many families face every day. Second, the 6 major causes of Alzheimer's disease have been identified. Alzheimer's disease, a devastating condition that slowly robs individuals of their memories, their identities, and their very sense of self, has been linked to 6 major causes, some of which stem from what we often consider to be good habits. The cold, hard truth is that once Alzheimer's begins to take root, it's irreversible. This relentless disease can steal away years of cherished moments with loved ones, and its progression is unforgiving. That's why prevention, protecting the mind before it's too late, often proves far more effective than seeking a cure after the damage is already done. But to prevent it, we first must understand its roots. And in this fight against Alzheimer's, some of what we've long considered healthy habits may be contributing to its insidious onset. A study conducted in Japan has uncovered a shocking revelation about a habit many people overlook: skipping breakfast. This seemingly harmless behavior has been linked directly to an increased risk of Alzheimer's disease. Researchers followed the eating habits of 525 elderly participants, all over the age of 65, over 6 years. The results were stark. Those who habitually skipped breakfast were found to have a 4-fold higher risk of developing Alzheimer's compared to those who ate breakfast regularly. It's believed that skipping this crucial meal leads to inadequate nutrition, depriving the brain of essential fuel, and accelerating the decline in cognitive function, leading to premature aging. What's worse, this neglect of a morning meal can set the stage for a slow unraveling of the mind. Beyond skipping breakfast, the study uncovered other dietary habits that compound the risk of developing Alzheimer's. Frequent snacking, often viewed as a simple indulgence, increased the risk by 2.7 times. This might seem trivial, but these snacks, typically laden with unhealthy fats, drive up cholesterol levels and encourage the dangerous accumulation of amyloid beta peptide in the brain, a hallmark of Alzheimer's. The risk continues to escalate with excessive salt consumption, which was found to raise the likelihood of developing the disease by 2.5 times. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Salt can inflict long-term damage on the walls of blood vessels in the brain, leading to high blood pressure, which in turn contributes to cortical atrophy, a direct precursor to the disease. But perhaps the most surprising discovery was related to an overly light diet, especially among the elderly. While a moderate approach to food is often recommended for maintaining health, an overly light diet can be just as harmful. For instance, older individuals who adhere to overly restrictive eating habits may find themselves deficient in vitamin B12, a vital nutrient for nerve cell function. Over time, this deficiency can quietly devastate brain health and pave the way for the onset of Alzheimer's. Mrs. Wu, a 45-year-old woman who worked as a cleaner in an insurance company, was an example of how these dietary habits can take a devastating toll. Over 6 months, she began noticing peculiar lapses in her behavior. A seasoned cook who had always prided herself on her culinary skills, Mrs. Wu found herself forgetting something as basic as adding salt to her dishes, or worse, accidentally adding it twice. On one occasion, she was preparing a meal when she received a phone call. Distracted, she wandered away, completely forgetting about the food she was cooking. The meal was nearly ruined, and the kitchen nearly caught fire. Initially, her family dismissed these odd occurrences as harmless signs of aging. But as the days passed, Mrs. Wu's behavior grew more erratic. She could no longer use WeChat, a simple app she had once been proficient with, and struggled with making even basic phone calls. She avoided social gatherings, retreating into herself, spending her days sitting alone, staring off into space, disconnected from the world around her. Her family grew increasingly concerned. It was hard to imagine that someone so young, just 45 years old, could be suffering from something so profoundly troubling. But when they took Mrs. Wu to the hospital, the diagnosis was heartbreaking. Brain atrophy was evident, and her cognitive score on a simplified assessment was a staggering 14 out of 30, confirming clinical dementia. The doctors were stunned, How could dementia strike someone so young? As they dug deeper into her lifestyle, they uncovered a crucial factor that had contributed to her cognitive decline. For the past decade, Mrs. Wu had followed a strict vegetarian diet, avoiding all animal products. While a plant-based diet can offer numerous health benefits, in Mrs. Wu's case, it has led to a severe deficiency in vitamin B12, a critical nutrient for maintaining healthy nerve cells. This deficiency, developed over years of deprivation, was likely the tipping point that led to the onset of her dementia. The tragic story of Mrs. Wu serves as a powerful reminder that even habits considered good, such as maintaining a vegetarian lifestyle, can have unintended consequences when not managed properly. Our bodies are intricate systems that require balance, and when we neglect certain nutritional needs, the repercussions can be irreversible. The path to Alzheimer's may be slow, but once it takes hold, it's relentless. The best chance we have to protect ourselves and our loved ones is through prevention. And that starts with understanding the subtle ways our habits shape our future, both for better and for worse. Thirdly, according to research in Australia, there is a direct link between Alzheimer's disease and vitamin D deficiency. Alzheimer's disease and vitamin D deficiency, an unsettling truth that could change the way we understand, approach, and ultimately fight this devastating illness. This discovery is not just another scientific finding. It is a wake-up call to the urgency of addressing this critical health issue, offering a glimmer of hope in a world where Alzheimer's has too long been an unchallenged foe. A pivotal study, conducted by the University of South Australia, took an exhaustive look at data from over 290,000 participants in the UK Biobank, analyzing the intricate patterns and correlations between vitamin D levels and the onset of Alzheimer's. The results are nothing short of transformative. By increasing vitamin D intake to optimal levels, a significant 17.7% of Alzheimer's cases could be prevented. Imagine that. Almost 1 in 5 cases potentially avoided, not through a complex treatment or costly intervention, but through something as simple and accessible as ensuring adequate vitamin D. This is not just a statistic. It is a beacon of hope that holds the power to change lives, restore memories, and help families hold on to their loved ones longer, free from the relentless grip of cognitive decline. But the implications of this discovery reach far beyond the numbers. Researchers have uncovered that vitamin D is not merely a nutrient we associate with bone health or immunity, but a hormone precursor with sweeping effects throughout the entire body, effects that reach deep into the very foundation of our brain. Our brains, so delicate and vital, are profoundly influenced by vitamin D's presence or absence, affecting everything from memory and cognitive function to the very mechanisms that protect us against the ravages of neurodegeneration. This knowledge unlocks a new dimension in the fight against Alzheimer's, offering a powerful, tangible step forward in prevention. As science continues to unfold these profound truths, the role of vitamin D in brain health is becoming clearer. The study not only raises the possibility of preventing Alzheimer's, but also presents an emotionally charged opportunity for people to take control of their health in once unimaginable ways. It challenges us to rethink how we approach aging, cognition, and disease prevention, urging us to recognize that the key to preserving the most precious aspects of our identity, our memories, our intellect, our very essence, could be found in something as simple as a vitamin. In the face of an illness that has left so many families heartbroken and unsure of where to turn, this finding offers not just a solution, but a lifeline. It's a call to action, one that implores us to listen, to care for our bodies, and to safeguard our minds. It reminds us that our health is not a passive aspect of aging, but an active pursuit that demands our attention, our care, and our commitment to living our fullest, most vibrant lives possible. The discovery of the link between vitamin D and Alzheimer's is more than just a medical breakthrough. It is a heartfelt reminder of the power of knowledge and the importance of taking proactive steps to protect our future selves. Fourthly, according to a study in the United States, excessive sleep may also increase the risk of Alzheimer's disease. Excessive sleep, particularly through prolonged daytime naps, is emerging as an alarming factor contributing to the rise in Alzheimer's disease risk, highlighting a critical aspect of aging that demands our attention. Research from the United States has uncovered a disturbing correlation between longer naps and the onset of Alzheimer's, offering a sobering reminder that our daily habits may profoundly impact our long-term mental health. A comprehensive study that followed 1,065 elderly participants, with an average age of 81, of whom 812 had already shown signs of cognitive impairment, tracked their sleep patterns for an extraordinary 14 years. The researchers used wristwatches to measure nap frequencies, carefully observing the effects of varying nap lengths on brain health. The results were striking, showing that those who napped for more than an hour each day faced a 40% higher risk of developing Alzheimer's disease compared to those who limited their naps to less than an hour. This discovery suggests that the seemingly harmless act of napping could carry dangerous implications as we grow older, particularly when taken to excess. But why is this seemingly innocent act of daytime rest potentially so harmful? The answer lies in the intricate relationship between sleep and brain health. Recent scientific studies have started to shine a light on the potential dangers of excessive napping, revealing that long naps may cause a dangerous buildup of toxic proteins in the brain. These proteins, which naturally accumulate over time, can become particularly harmful when excessive napping interferes with the brain's normal rhythm and processes. The accumulation of these toxic substances, often linked to the impairment of brain regions responsible for wakefulness and memory, is thought to significantly contribute to the development of Alzheimer's disease. In essence, what may seem like a simple act of rest could be subtly undermining the very cognitive functions we strive to protect, leading to a progressive decline in mental clarity, memory, and overall cognitive health. As disheartening as this finding may be, it's important to recognize that not all sleep carries such risks. The message from these studies isn't that sleep, or even daytime naps, should be avoided altogether, but rather that moderation is key. Research has shown that when naps are kept to a reasonable duration, they can have beneficial effects on brain health. Moderate napping has been associated with improved cognitive function and may even serve as a protective mechanism against cognitive decline. A significant study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society in 2016 explored the effects of midday naps on older adults in China. The study revealed that participants who took a brief one-hour nap after lunch experienced noticeable improvements in cognitive performance compared to those who didn't nap at all, or those who took naps that were either too short or too long. This suggests that the act of napping, when done in moderation, may help to sharpen mental faculties, provide restorative rest, and support overall brain health as we age. This nuanced understanding of sleep and its connection to cognitive health points to the importance of striking a delicate balance between rest and activity. The key takeaway from these studies is that, while excessive daytime napping could increase the risk of Alzheimer's by contributing to the buildup of harmful proteins in the brain, taking short, purposeful naps could counteract cognitive decline and support mental clarity. Therefore, older adults should aim to maintain a balanced sleep schedule that includes regular, but not excessive, rest periods during the day. By doing so, they can harness the potential benefits of naps, promoting brain health and potentially slowing the progression of cognitive decline, while avoiding the harmful effects of excessive sleep. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Furthermore, these findings raise essential questions about how we, as a society, view rest and aging. There's a common belief that sleep is an entirely passive activity, but emerging research suggests that sleep patterns may hold the key to unlocking some of the mysteries of Alzheimer's and other age-related cognitive disorders. Understanding the fine line between beneficial and harmful sleep habits will be crucial as we move forward into an era where the aging population continues to grow. We must recognize that our daily routines, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, can have far-reaching effects on our health and well-being. It's time to reconsider how we approach rest and recovery in later life, understanding that true health and longevity may come not just from more sleep, but from the right kind of sleep at the right time. As we move toward healthier aging, we must embrace the wisdom of moderation and mindfulness in our approach to rest. By learning to listen to our bodies and adjust our sleep habits accordingly, we can cultivate a more balanced and fulfilling lifestyle, enhancing both our mental and physical well-being in the process. In a world where so many people focus on quantity, we must shift our attention to quality, ensuring that our moments of rest not only rejuvenate our bodies but also protect and preserve our minds as we continue to age gracefully. Fifth, excessive cleanliness may increase the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. Excessive cleanliness, though often praised as a symbol of health and discipline, may be a hidden peril, one that quietly threatens our well-being and cognitive health, particularly as we age. While it's true that maintaining a tidy, organized home can foster a sense of tranquility and order, obsessively cleaning every surface, corner, and crack in our living spaces can come with unintended consequences. The allure of a spotless environment can be seductive, but beneath its pristine facade lies a potentially harmful reality, especially when it comes to our immune system and brain health. In the natural course of life, our bodies rely on a delicate balance, and small exposures to bacteria and environmental stimuli are a crucial part of that balance. These seemingly harmless microorganisms play an essential role in the development and function of our immune system. A small amount of exposure to such bacteria serves to strengthen and train our immune system, allowing it to grow, adapt, and defend us against more harmful invaders. It's a natural, gradual process that takes time and patience, much like cultivating a garden where each challenge, each exposure, allows the plant to grow stronger and more resilient. However, when we go to great lengths to sanitize and sterilize every inch of our environment, we inadvertently remove this crucial form of stimulation for our bodies. Our immune systems, deprived of the natural triggers they need to function effectively, may begin to weaken. Over time, this constant scrubbing, disinfecting, and purging of bacteria can leave our immune defenses vulnerable, unable to respond to threats with the efficiency and vigor they once could. Our bodies, which are designed to be resilient and adaptive, slowly become fragile and stunted by an environment that is too clean, too controlled, and too sterile. This heightened protection, while seemingly beneficial, creates an illusion of safety that erodes our body's ability to defend itself. What we fail to realize is that our immune system doesn't thrive in a vacuum. It requires exposure to the outside world, just as our muscles need exercise to remain strong. A perpetually clean home can reduce the amount of exercise our immune system receives, leaving it stagnant and sluggish. This lack of challenge doesn't just affect our immune function, it has a domino effect on the entire body. When our immune system is not adequately stimulated, other systems, including our organs and tissues, begin to lose their vitality. The slow decline in cellular activity and overall bodily function can have profound consequences, one of the most concerning being an increased vulnerability to cognitive decline and neurological diseases like Alzheimer's. In a world where cleanliness is often equated with health, the reality is much more nuanced. Excessive reliance on disinfectants, antibiotics, and other chemicals to maintain a germ-free space may also pose an insidious threat to our well-being. These products do more than just kill harmful bacteria. They annihilate the good microorganisms, those that are essential to our immune system's growth and activation. By eliminating this vital exercise for our immune cells, we inadvertently deprive our bodies of the natural tools they need to function at their peak. It's like trying to build muscle without ever lifting a weight or running a mile. Without the challenge, growth is impossible. In the long term, this constant battle against bacteria and germs can inadvertently lead to a weakened immune system, which may be less capable of defending us against both physical illnesses and, perhaps even more concerning, neurological disorders like Alzheimer's. As we age, our cognitive health becomes increasingly fragile, and the factors that can accelerate the degeneration of our brain cells become more significant. The combination of a sanitized environment and a weakened immune system creates the perfect storm for the onset of diseases like Alzheimer's, where the brain's nerve cells begin to deteriorate, leading to memory loss, confusion, and diminishing quality of life. Ultimately, the question arises: are we truly protecting ourselves by creating an environment devoid of bacteria, or are we unknowingly harming ourselves in the process? The delicate dance between cleanliness and immunity is more complicated than we might imagine. While it's essential to maintain hygiene, we must also recognize the importance of balance. Our immune systems need the occasional challenge to remain strong and adaptive, and that balance can only be achieved by embracing a more natural approach to cleanliness, one that allows for a reasonable amount of exposure to the outside world without sacrificing our health. In the end, the message is clear: excessive cleanliness may be more dangerous than we think. By shielding ourselves too effectively from the natural world, we rob our immune systems of the very tools they need to thrive, potentially accelerating the onset of neurological diseases like Alzheimer's. It's time to reconsider the obsession with perfection and embrace a more balanced, mindful approach to both cleanliness and health. For it is in this balance that true well-being resides. 3 compassionate doctors urge us to remain deeply vigilant about the early, subtle signs of Alzheimer's disease, particularly when they begin to manifest in the elderly individuals we hold dear. The early onset of this devastating disease can often be traced through these poignant and concerning symptoms, which, when noticed, should prompt immediate medical attention to help manage and mitigate the effects. A noticeable decline in the ability to absorb and retain new information. Something as simple as learning new things becomes a daunting, almost impossible task. The painful inability to independently perform tasks that were once second nature, such as grocery shopping, leaves the individual feeling lost and dependent on others for basic needs. A troubling difficulty in managing personal finances, which once seemed straightforward, now becoming overwhelming and beyond the person's grasp. A heartbreaking and gradual loss of memory. Small things that once were easily recalled slip away, leaving loved ones grieving the loss of their familiar mind. Repeatedly asking the same questions or revisiting the same topics is a sign of disorientation and confusion that takes away a person's sense of clarity and security. Struggling to articulate thoughts clearly, and an inability to find the right words at the right moment erodes one's confidence and communication with others. The tragic withdrawal from activities and hobbies that once brought joy and meaning to life signaled a disconnection from passions and a loss of self. Profound, sometimes unrecognizable changes in personality. Traits that once defined the person's character may suddenly feel foreign, as though they are no longer themselves. Retreating from social circles, avoiding interactions with family and friends, and creating a silent space that once would have been filled with conversation and connection. The overwhelming distress of forgetting the way home, the place that was once a haven, now an elusive and distant memory. Forgetting familiar times, seasons, or dates, as if the very fabric of time has unraveled, leaving them floating in an uncertain, confusing present. Intense emotional turmoil, with feelings of anxiety, depression, or irritability constantly bubbling to the surface, displacing the calm and joy they once had. A growing struggle to manage everyday household tasks. Something as simple as folding laundry or making a meal becomes an insurmountable challenge, igniting frustration and helplessness. Recognizing these early indicators can be a painful experience, yet it is crucial to act swiftly and seek the necessary medical care. Early intervention can make a profound difference in improving quality of life and slowing the progression of this heartbreaking disease. Alzheimer's disease is a silent thief that gradually steals memories, leaving behind only fragments of what once was. But there is hope. By making deliberate, thoughtful changes to our daily habits, we can guard ourselves against this heartbreaking condition. It's not just about avoiding a diagnosis. It's about protecting our minds, nurturing our brains, and embracing a lifestyle that ensures our memories remain sharp and vibrant for years to come. Here are 46 life-altering habits that can help you stay far from the grasp of Alzheimer's disease. First, eat more fish, particularly fatty fish like salmon and sardines. These treasures from the sea are packed with omega-3 fatty acids, especially DHA, which has been proven to slow down the onset and progression of Alzheimer's. These fats are the building blocks your brain craves, feeding it with the nourishment it needs to thrive and remain strong against age-related deterioration. Incorporating these fish into your diet every day isn't just a meal choice, it's an investment in your brain's future. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Second, engage in regular mental exercises like playing Sudoku. This deceptively simple puzzle isn't just a pastime, it's a powerful workout for your brain. Each number placed, every puzzle solved, builds neural pathways, strengthens cognitive function, and sharpens focus. It's a small but significant way to keep your mind agile, alert, and always ready for the challenges life throws your way. Third, maintain a healthy weight. The heavier you are, the higher your risk of Alzheimer's disease. It's not just about appearances. Weight plays a crucial role in your brain's health. By maintaining a healthy weight through a balanced diet and regular exercise, you're not just feeling better physically. You're actively protecting your mind from cognitive decline. It's an act of love towards your own body, ensuring it functions optimally for years to come. Fourth, adhere to meditation, a simple yet profound practice. Meditation offers a quiet, sacred space for the brain to reset, recharge, and find peace amidst life's chaos. By increasing blood flow to the brain, meditation reduces stress levels and enhances cognitive function. This sacred practice provides you with the mental clarity to face the world with a calm, sharp mind, shielding you from the ravages of Alzheimer's. Fifth, ensure adequate sleep. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for brain health. While you rest, your brain works diligently to clean itself, reorganizing and consolidating memories. By committing to a consistent sleep schedule and getting 7 to 8 hours of rest each night, you're giving your brain the essential downtime it craves to stay healthy and alert. Your mind is your most precious asset. Nourish it with the rest it deserves. Sixth, socialize more. As we age, it can be easy to retreat into isolation, but that's the very thing that can weaken our mental health. Stay engaged with the world around you. By participating in social activities, you stimulate your brain and boost your mood. Laughter, conversation, and human connection are more than just pleasant. They are crucial for maintaining mental health, sharpness, and the ability to ward off Alzheimer's. Seventh, commit to regular exercise. It's not just about staying in shape, It's about protecting your brain. Studies consistently show that regular physical exercise, whether it's walking, swimming, or strength training, reduces the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. The importance of exercise cannot be overstated. It protects your brain cells, supports normal cognitive function, and keeps your mind engaged in the process of learning and thinking. For those who move their bodies consistently, cognitive abilities like attention, memory, and abstract reasoning are often stronger than those of their sedentary peers. Exercise is the anchor, the foundation that keeps your brain healthy, resilient, and adaptable to life's challenges. Each of these habits, individually and collectively, builds the fortress that keeps Alzheimer's disease at bay. Small changes, when consistently practiced, can change the course of your life, ensuring that you remain not just physically healthy, but mentally sharp and emotionally fulfilled for many years to come. It's never too early to start. Every decision you make today is an investment in the quality of your life tomorrow. Choose wisely, and protect your brain with the same care and love you offer to the rest of your body. Your mind is worth it. As we've explored today, there are so many simple yet powerful habits that can help protect our brain and keep Alzheimer's disease at bay. From the foods we eat to the activities we engage in, every small change can make a significant difference in our mental and physical health. So, let's reflect. What have you learned so far? We'd love to hear from you. What's one thing you've learned today that you're excited to bring into your life and practice moving forward? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more insights and tips on living a healthy, fulfilling life. Thank you for watching, and take care of your brain. It's worth it.